Hello, everyone. I'm coming to you from my E150 studio. See what I did there, Jason? I got you again. Anyway, I don't have my StreamYard all straightened out right now, so I figured I really wanted to do a live on StreamYard today, but uh, just kind of just giving, not that anybody really cares, but I just kind of want to give everybody an update. I just wanted to talk to some people. I'm kind of bummed out on some things. Uh, so I'm going to kind of be all over the board a little bit, but I was trying to get ready to have a good sales day yesterday. So on Saturday, I'm running around trying to get all my ducks in line. And uh, if anybody has watched the channel, I went to Dollar Tree and did a little short video. I liked it. It was not something rehearsed. It was just a spontaneous thing. And for some reason, when I do videos like that, those are the ones that are always more successful. That was my most successful short video to date. It was like it's like 1,700 views. So I was happy about that. But what happened afterwards? This is crazy. Um, I'm parked in the front row, but I'm the last normal parking space in front of the building, and then there's a handicap parking spot next to it. I was not parked in that or anything like that. But when I get in the vehicle, I watched the short video. It was only like 24 seconds or something, I think. And I'm sorry for the. It's a really strange day today. It's sunny and cloudy, and it looked like the screen was reflecting some of that. So let me try and do this. Maybe this will help. But so I do that, and then I hit the upload thing. So then I'm proceeding to I cut my wheel to the right so I could back out this way. Well, there was a lady behind me that was doing the exact opposite. She cut her. Well, she actually did the exact same thing, but she was also not facing the building, but she was now facing the opposite side. So she backs, and we kind of both back up at the same time. I don't know who was at fault, but we made contact, right? So I'm like, oh Lord, here comes the curse again. I've always talked about the curse, and I truly believe, at least in my situation, it's a real thing. But so I'm like, oh crap. So it wasn't very much contact, but I could tell two vehicles made contact. I was hoping it was just bumper to bumper and not a big deal, but it wasn't. So I ended up making contact with her right rear quarter panel. And when I saw that, I'm thinking, it's private property, so it's not a big deal. It's not like you're going to get a ticket, from the police or anything like that. But I'm thinking, like, I had a bunch of things I wanted to get accomplished, and I realized, like, all right, this like really disrupted my day. I didn't want to wait an hour for the police to show up to take, it's really a minor incident, to be honest with you. So I'm mad because, like, I've been driving since I was 16 years old, never had an accident, and here I am 60, and now I got a little fender bender, right? So I'm like, oh heck. So I get talking to the lady, and I go back to my vehicle, and I'm getting my registration, I'm getting my license ready, and trying to get the insurance information too. And this blew my mind. I don't know if this lady had a bad driving record or what her deal was, but she looks at it, and she had a pretty good size. I say then probably about the size of like a softball, and there was some paint. We traded paint, you could say, and she says looks at me. She says, I'm not worried about it. I'll just pay for it out of pocket. And I was like, are you sure? I was like, I've got all my information here if you want to cut, she's like, no. And I'm like, all right, see you. I got my vehicle. I took off because, I just like, I felt bad for the lady, but something was telling me she was an older lady. And when I say, I'm not saying she was, 99 or anything, but she was probably 70-ish. Not that I'm that far off, but she really didn't want any parts of the popo coming, so it made me wonder, like, did she even have a driver's license? I mean, she was a very respectable lady, and it's a real nice area where that Dollar Tree was, believe it or not, and that whole area there is pretty much gated communities, stuff like that. So she didn't want any parts of it. She said she'll take care of it. Nowadays, there's no such thing as like a $200 fix, and you put a little scratch on the car, you're probably looking at minimum $5. If I had to guess, I don't even remember what kind of vehicle it was, to be honest with you, but it was probably $700 worth of damage, because that stuff's not, the cost of everything nowadays is just ridiculous anyway. So I'd say probably $700 to $1,000 worth of damage, even though it wasn't that much, but that's kind of how they get you, So, so that's that. So on Friday, this really ticked me off. I'm still, anybody's watched the channel knows I've been trying to rebound financially since the hurricane, a bunch of stuff, and not a whole lot has gone well in my life, other than my YouTube friends, to be honest with you. So I'm all excited because Friday I had already pre-planned. I had placed an order with my fishing tackle wholesaler, and I'm excited, potentially to make profit on Sunday. So I'm up in that area real early. I'm in the area about an hour before they open up, so I'm at a local Walmart. I'm just killing time, and then I get a notification on my email that my checking account's overdrawn. I'm like, what? So I'm looking at it, and then I realize, like, this must be like my bank that I use is Truist, and they have this, ever since they merged with BB&T, they have a policy. Any overdraft $100 or less, they don't penalize you for that. So my email notification showed that I got a $38 overdraft, 36, 38, whatever it was, overdraft fee, right? And I haven't had one of those in a long time. Proud of that. So I'm racking my brain on what it could be. Now this is totally changing my game plan for getting my fishing tackle. And usually I pay them with a check on Friday. They deposit on Monday. Everybody's good. Everybody's happy, and everything works. So now I started thinking, what could it be? What could it be? What could it be? So I finally called. I called the bank. I had a hard time logging onto the app. I called the bank, and I find out I'm negative almost $500. Right? So I'm not happy about that. So I couldn't figure out what it was, and then it dawned on me. I remembered my insurance renewal, policy renewal. What the due date was the 9th. I've never had automatic deduction ever for any bills or anything. So now I'm thinking that's probably what it was somehow. So to make a long story short, that ended up being what it was. They decided, my payments were going to be automatic deduction. I've never had that. So you talk about totally disrupting my financial rebound game plan. I wasn't happy with that. So now you combine that issue. Now, now I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do for the fishing tackle. Then, then I have the little fender bender on Saturday, and then Sunday I go out to where I usually do pretty decent with fishing tackle sales, and I do terrible. And my air conditioning wasn't working. Oh yeah, so on Saturday, I attempted to do a repair on the air conditioning. I switched out it's called a blower resistance motor or something like that. That was a little bit of it's really not if you have all the right tools, it's pretty much not that big a deal. So I do the whole thing and thinking that would fix the problem, and it did not. So I realized now I have a vacuum line problem somewhere and all the videos I've watched, it's not like really an easy fix for a guy like me, doesn't have all the right tools. But so so I come home last night. I'm really mad because I know I'm trying to keep my credit from falling. It's not stellar at this point, but I really am focused on keeping that at least maintained. Actually, in the last 45 days or whatever, it's gone up 15 points. So now I've got a vehicle payment due on the 17th, and I'm worried about that. And I've got another credit card payment I'm worried about. And when I'm telling these, I'm not asking for money, so please, some people, there's a person out there who thinks that's what I do, but that's not. I'm just sharing my life, and so I've got a check coming from this employment agency that I'm working with. I'll be getting that on Friday, and if it goes direct deposit, it would clear up that mess. But then I'm screwed because I don't have any money to take care of the other mandatory things. So I'm trying, I'm just going to have to let that stay in the negative against my better wishes, but I know what I have to do, unfortunately. So I asked the employment agency to, just continue to give me like physical paper checks, and then I can just go cash it and then, do what I got to do. So here's another funny thing. On Thursday, the representative from the employment agency, I'm not real happy. There's two representatives. One lady she has more like the accounts that she has are more like professional jobs, would be like management or like any type of clerical thing indoors. The other lady has more accounts that would be like warehouse worker, landscaping, anything like that, so I don't know if that makes sense. So that lady, I've been working at a printing company all last week. Really nice people, really nice company. Well, that was coming to an end. And so she contacts me on Thursday afternoon saying she has a job. And it's like trying to get information out of this lady is she's giving you very little. So I just realized, something's going on with my phone here. She's giving me very little information. So it's like pulling. So we talked, and there was a new assignment starting today. I told her I could be there. I talked to her face to face on Friday. I said I can be there. I said unfortunately on Monday I can't be there until 9:30. Then the rest of the week I'm good. She's like, all right, no problem. So then I go in there this morning, turn in my time from last week. Then I'm reading my message. It says my phone is cooling down. It's not that hot in here, but anyway, so I'm doing all my errands. I stop and get a sandwich. I get ice to keep my food cool, and I show up. It's called City Mattress. It's like their headquarters. I think they do some type of production in the back. So nobody there knows anything about it. She never gave me a contact name, so I'm contacting her, and then finally a manager comes out. He's talking to me. Nobody knows anything about me arriving today, which her and I specifically talked about it through text and face-to-face contact. So I'm asking her who the contact person is, and she goes, "Can you start tomorrow?" I'm there, like the responsible employee already told you he would be. So it's just stuff like that. It's like just a lot of little things are getting on my nerves. Uh, I, so I'm going to change that topic. I had a blast last night on JJ Drones. He had a live event, and then he had an after dark party, and that was pretty comical. So if you guys get a chance, go check that out. Um, Today it's very windy out here, very cloudy. Um, I wanted to wet a line, but I didn't just want to wet a line. I wanted to record it. I want to do like a 10 cast challenge, to myself again. Maybe if it clears up later, I'll do that. But anyway, folks, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. And when you get a chance, try and help somebody. I don't mean me. Always try and think of other people. It'll make you feel better. Thank you.